Staying quietly in bed is harder after that. I want to be doing something. Finding out more about District 13 or helping in the cause to bring down the Capitol. Instead, I sit around stuffing myself with cheese buns and watching Peta sketch. Haymitch stops by occasionally to bring me news from town, which is always bad. More people being punished or dropping from starvation. Winter has begun to withdraw by the time my foot is deemed usable. My mother gives me exercises to do and lets me start to walk on my own a bit. I go to sleep one night determined to go in town the next morning, but I awake to find Vienna, Octava, and Flavis screaming down at me. Surprise! They squeal. We're early! After I took the lash to the face, Haymitch got their visit pushed back by several months so I could heal up. I wasn't expecting them for another 3 weeks, but I try to act delighted that my bridal photo shoot is here at last. My mother hung up all the dresses, so they're ready to go. But to be honest, I haven't tried even one on. After the usual histrionics about the deteriorated state of my beauty, they get right down to business. Their biggest concern is my face, although I think my mother did a pretty remarkable job healing it. There's just a pale pink strip across my cheekbone. The whipping's not common knowledge, so I tell them I slipped on the ice and cut it. Then I realize that that's my same excuse for hurting my foot, which is going to make walking in high heels a problem. But Flavis, Octava, and Vienna aren't the suspicious type, so I'm safe here. Since I only have to look hairless for a few hours instead of several weeks, I get to be shaved instead of waxed. I still have to soak in a tub of something, but it isn't as vile. And we're on to my hair and makeup before I know it. The team, as usual, is full of news, which I usually do my best to tune out. But then Octava makes a comment that catches my attention. It's a passing remark, really, about how she couldn't get shrimp for a party, but it tugs at me. Why couldn't you get shrimp? Is it out of season? I asked. Oh, Katniss, we haven't been able to get any seafood for weeks. You know, because the weather's been bad in District 4. My mind starts buzzing. No seafood? For weeks? From District 4? This barely concealed rage in the crowd during the victory tour. And suddenly, I'm absolutely sure that District 4 has revolted. I began to question them casually about what other hardships this winter has brought them. They're not used to wants. So any little disruption in supply makes an impact on them. By the time I'm ready to be dressed, their complaints about the difficulties of getting different products, from crab meat to music chips to ribbons, has given me a sense of which districts might actually be rebelling. Seafood from District 4, electronic gadgets from District 3, and of course, fabrics from District 8. The thought of such widespread rebellion has me quivering with fear and excitement. I want to ask them more. But Cinna appears and gives me a hug and checks my makeup. His attention goes right to the scar on my cheek. Somehow, I don't think he believes slipping on the ice story, but he doesn't question it. He simply adjusts the powder on my face and what little you can see in the lash mark vanishes. Downstairs, the living room has been cleared and lit for the photo shoot. Effie's having a fine time ordering everybody around, keeping us all on schedule. It's probably a good thing, because there are 6 gowns, and each one requires its own headpiece, shoes, jewelry, hair, makeup, settings, and lighting. Creamy lace and pink, roses, and ringlets. Ivory satin, gold tattoos, and greenery. A sheath of diamonds and jewels, veils, and moonlight. Heavy white silk and sleeves that fall to my wrists from the floor, and pearls. The moment one shot has been approved, we move right into preparing for the next. I feel like dough being kneaded and reshaped again and again. My mother manages to feed me bits of food and sips of tea while they work on me. By the time the shot is over, I'm starving and exhausted. I'm hoping to spend some time with Cinna now, but Effie whisks everybody out the door, and I have to make do with the promise of a phone call. Evening has fallen. My foot hurts from all the crazy shoes, so I abandon any thoughts of going into town. Instead, I go upstairs and wash away the layers of makeup and conditioners and dyes, and then go down to dry my hair by the fire. Prim, who came home from school in time to see the last 2 dresses, chatters on about them with my mother. They seem both overly happy about the photo shoot. When I fall into bed, I realize it's because they think it means I'm safe. That the Capitol has overlooked my interference with the whipping, since no one is going to go to such trouble and expense for someone they plan on killing anyway, right?